So, hello everyone. In my last in my last meetup, we have discussed about a question that was reverse engineering. That question consists of my brute force approach, my logical approaches that I did from and I how I attempted the question, and I asked you people to just make sure that you people shall also attend these questions and by using your own approaches, your own ideas. How can you just understand the problem and and enhance your critical and cognitive skills as well? Here, I'm not gonna just I'm gonna just provide you today the optimal solution, the optimal solution, and the best solutions as well. So, but this is the part one, as I'm mentioning right now. So, at part one, I will be focusing on a just a better solution. Okay, it might be the best solution in terms of anyone or the very minimal solution or very basic solution. But what I think that this whatever the scenarios are, we should because these rounds are always help you to be in your interviews. Not this not any coding rounds, but these are interview focused rounds. So you should prepare those interview focus how you just express your approach, and that you have the clarity of the question or not. May your interviewer not ask you to just write the whole some of piece of code in your laptop, but he or she can give you the piece of paper, pen on paper, and ask you to just demonstrate your approach in your logic. So how many logics you can remember, it should be good. Okay, so let's understand the question. Suppose you do not have to just cram up anything. First of all, what I'm gonna do over here is what I'm gonna do over here is, first of all, I'm taking one example of an array. So I think people might be knowing what is the question. First, I should make actually the question was reverse an array. Let's I will show you the question afterwards. The question is over here is that is reverse an array. So for reversing an array, uh, reverse an array. Starting from the starting part. You can just make the video. Um, you can just increase the play time or the speed, or you can just watch from where you want. So actually, for example, those people have not attended the last session. So this is for them. So I'm not writing the direct code over it. First, understand the approach. For example, what will be the basic? So reversing an array, actually not. I think it is not the part you need to explain to you. But then also I can take copy these things, input these test cases, and make you demonstrate those over here on my whiteboard. Okay, this is my whiteboard. Okay, so here what I can do is, if it is visible to you, I can. So say here, for example, this is 143 and 265. So for reversing an array, the this last element is this popping down over here. This is just pushing again over here, or like I can say this in simple language, just inserting over here. Okay, the last element is going to the first element. Is going to the first index. Okay, I'm not writing all this stuff. What you have to understand that first, let's think about the base case. When you are explaining something to anyone, for example, if you're providing the solution, he might be asking you, for example, it's like you're cramming up the solution. So what can be the edge cases, what can be the base cases that you can just make that person understand, like what preventions you have to first of all follow. Let's suppose the array is, I have an array of this is my array. So this is my array, and so this is my array. So for example, if this is my array, so can I reverse it? So obviously not, I cannot reverse it. So I would return this array as usual. This is my base case. I would mention this as my base case. Okay, so I would mention this is my base case. Okay, this is my step one. So what this doesn't want to say that wants to say that if the array has zero or one element, for example, that this is zero and one is not about the elements, it's about uh, it is talking about the length, obviously. Okay, it's talking about the length. It's talking about the length. It is so basically it is they are saying it is already reversed. So see our approach, for example, what see there are too many approaches to reverse an array, but here we are following the approach of recursive approach. Recursive approach. So okay, so so element it is already reversed. So recursion would have been stopped here. So recursion have stopped here. Okay. So for example, the reverse array. For example, the reverse array. I'm not just wasting you. I'm not taking. I do not want to take too much time. So this is five. It's for example four. It's four. So so it would return five, four as usual. Four as usual. Or if there is any empty array, so it would so what would it return? Obviously, empty array as usual. So okay, so you just have to just return this input as usually. You do not have to make any experimentation. So now comes the main part, that is the step. So our base case is having broken. So this is our edge case or base case. This can be done. Okay. So now we will proceed focusing on calculating the middle element. See here we are talking about, here we are discussing about the length in terms of middle. Okay. People get sometimes they get baffled. This like what is that middle element? So we are for the middle. We always calculate the length of array. For example, my length is of an array is actually the example for example here uh, uh, I just took this example to demonstrate how to reverse an array. But basically, I'm taking a very simple example for explaining you. For example, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So basically, the length of an array is 6. So for the length of an array, if the length of an array is 6, so this calculate. How will you calculate? By calculating the mod. By mod 2, you will get the length as 3. Sorry, yes, you will get the middle element, the middle as 3. See, 3. So what is this 3? So this 3 indicates it is the index element. So it is not a particular element. It is just an index. However, the elements I wrote like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I took the exact elements, but this is showing up as your index value. These are the index. So these are the index values. Okay. So now you can at step 3 divide it the two halves. Okay, divide the two halves. Now comes the very prominent part, that is dividing the two parts. Here I will using the concept of left and left right of array slicing. Okay, array slicing. This array slicing. Okay, array slicing is something that is the array slicing is something. Um, See, you can make the notes over here. I'm not providing the notes. You can take the screenshot or anything. Okay. So this is the concept of array slicing. Array slicing. Left right of array slicing. Okay. How it is done, I will be explaining you. For example, afterwards. So basically, for example, if you're doing array slicing, so already they have been uh, broken up to broken in two halves, in two halves. Okay. So for example, left element would appear as 1, 2, 3, and the right element will appear as 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then the last but not the least, step 4. The step 4 comes um, to reverse both halves recursively. Okay, since we are following the recursion, so see, reversing in there is not, it's not a big thing. As usual, I use the array slicing over here. Shouldn't I be using the array slicing from the very first step, and reverse an array as I reverse a string? But interviewer is, if it is giving asking you a simple question, but so it would be expecting you a dynamic approach, the most dynamic approach or the most promising approach you can give to him. See, for example, if any task is being assigned to you, so people ask how efficiently you can work. So, okay, so think like that. So I'm not. We can discuss all this thing in some later videos on, say, recursively. So, for example, see, I can just use this thing. Use this criteria of reversing array. So how you use a recursion in reversing array? You will return the function, whatever the function you're calling, and the right, as you define the right, this right, uh, this uh, this one minute. Yes, this right, and this right, and this left. Okay, this right and this left. So like this right, and similarly this function. Again, you have to use this function variable, and this left. Here you can use the recursion in a proper manner. Okay, so your question is almost completed. So you reverse the right half first, then so basically the important part is reverse the right half first, then left half left half first. Okay, so basically, then what you are doing, you are just adding them. You are doing this, then you are this uh, concatenation. You are doing providing you the operation of concatenation. So you are just doing concatenation. Okay, okay. You are doing the you're just you opted the approach of concatenation. Okay, so basically left and right was done by you, and for the complete example which let's reverse 1 2 3 4, the reverse 1 2 3 4 left is so one example also I can just I will not be explaining with this thing, but you just do you should have this knowledge of this example. Left also, like 1 comma 2. Okay. Then right also is 3 comma 4. Okay, okay. Then returns. Okay. Then reverse. Okay. No, 3 comma 4. Then reverse 1 comma 2. Okay. Okay. So 1 comma 2. So you are just so you just adding up both the parts. Okay. You're just concatenating both the parts, joining the both the parts, whatever you can say. So, so this is your first call. So it could be known as your first call. It could be known as your first call. Okay. Okay. It could be known as your first call. Then okay, likewise, then 3 comma 4. Then it's 1 comma 2. Then you can then combine. Okay. Final answer is 4 3 4 3 3 2 1. Okay. 4 3 2 1. So this was a smaller example. We can so this was a smaller example. We can also use some larger examples as well. So for the larger example, I will be explaining you with the help of I will be explaining you with the help of the code as well. So I think you might be understanding this much of part, that what is happening over here, and what I just want to explain. So just not concentrate. See, these questions are very easy to understand, but the logic implementation is a bit tricky if you are have any problem with understanding the concept of recursion. So basically, I'm not explaining the whole concept of recursion, because see, when you're at the last phase of your placement examinations, it looks weird to say. It looks very disciplined. Uh, just 1 minute. So okay, so basically, okay, yes. So at these points, it looks very in a disciplined manner. We concept from the beginning, but here every time it's not possible to complete the whole concepts from the beginning as well. So what we people do, we people actually just understand the concept by questions as well. So so for example, then see the reverse of 3 comma 4, then 1 comma 2. Okay, if you I can also make you understand how 3 comma 4 has been reversed. Okay, first there was a left call. First, left is 3. Okay, then right is right is 4. Okay, left is 3 and right is 4. Then what is it returning? So then uh, the what we are doing? We are doing the right plus left. Okay, so we reverse 4. Then we added the same, and we reverse 3. Then okay, then 4. Then 3. Then 3. Okay. Okay. 4 comma 3. Okay, so how, and in a similar manner, this is your homework, or like this is, you can understand very well that how this 1 comma 2 is going. First it is approaching towards, then left is 1, and then right is 2, and then it is the concatenation happens, joining the 1 and 2. Okay, okay, I'm writing the pseudo code, you can say. Okay, so so if we take the larger example, so we can do with the help of recursion tree. Recursion tree is a concept recursion tree. Okay, see, this is a concept of recursion tree. So if we take this now, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, the recursion tree looks like this. Okay, uh, I said that take the mod. The mod is the mod of 2 is equal of length is W 3. So you will be splitting the whole of part of an array from like 1 comma 2 comma 3 1 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, it happened like that. Then again, and like the other part is 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, so 1 comma 2 comma 3 and the 4 comma 5 comma 6 are the two parts. Okay, so now how the recursion is happening. So then first there was a call of 1. Okay, like 1 1. Okay, then in 2 and 3, like again it is splitting up. Two parts have to be split up. For example, if 3 mod 2, what would be 3 mod 2? Okay, what would be 3 mod 2? Uh, so anyone over here, what is 3 mod 2? 3, so 3 mod 2 is basically works it evaluates to 1. 3 mod 2 evaluates to 1. So okay, so it would be taking these two arrays as one, like so it would be first it is here it is giving the as 3. Okay, and like 1 minute. So yes, so I was explaining to you like uh, six like as 6 mod 2 is 3, that's 3 mod 2 is 1. So one this is the whole one element. It is splitting like that. So it is splitting the three elements here, three elements here. So one element it is taking up as a whole part, and other 2 comma 3 it is taking up as a 2 comma 3 it is taking up as a whole part. Okay. Okay. Then again like two elements like 2 comma 2, it's obviously it's now it's nothing to tell like 2, then 2 is the separate part, 3 the separate part, and 1 is already splitted over here. Okay, 1 is already splitted, and 2 and 3 are the separate parts. So in similar manner you can split up like 4 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, okay, so then 4 the other part, 4 is the no. So yes, so yes, so 4 is the other part of an array. 4 then and 5 comma 6 are the other part of an array. Like here you can split in, and 5 and 6 are the other again are the independent elements. So likewise, we you know about the quick sort and the merge sort. So basically, this is how we are splitting up the whole array from and we are taking up the middle part and splitting the whole array. So, but we are doing with the help of the whole situation with the help of recursion, with the recursion concept, and as a recursion call is taking one by one. So combining the both, so 2 comma 3, we're combining 2 comma 3, it's 3 comma 2. We are combining. So again, so in at last, how will they behave? Like 2 comma 3. We splitted up the part of 2 comma 3, and 2 comma 3 then got up as an independent element. I haven't wrote it down here. So 2 is an independent element, and 3 is the independent element. So 2 comma 3 here has been now now we combine the both part. So 2 comma 3 will give you 3 2. That's 5 comma 6 because we are combining, and how why it is giving like that, we are combining from bottom. Okay, so 2 comma 3 was our was our array, but we are moving from bottom. So for bottom 3 we are encountering first with 3 and not with 2. So 3 comma 2 is the first, is the part of an array. Okay, then again we are just moving again like it's 5 5 comma 6. Then could be then it could be 6 comma 5 as well. No, you will not, no doubts. Okay, so now I think the length of the video is getting more it is getting large. So it is taking we are taking more time. So if I talk about the time complexity, it's regards to false splitting the array and creating the new slices. If you have any doubt on slices, so I can explain you the concept of slicing over here. So basically, okay. So the slicing, okay, slicing. See, my first of all is you should have this thing also in your mind, time complexity. But first of all, so the time complexity over here is reverse A plus B is equal to reverse B plus reverse A. So so basically, the slicing and concatenation create new lists requiring the O big O of n log n, that is the space complexity of total extra memory over the course of execution with big O of n and peak memory at a time. So it and also the time complexity is and log. Across all levels of recursion, every element is copied multiple times, giving a total time complexity of n log. See, when there's a recursive call, it calls, it is calling its previous element. So it is when it is calling that element, so it is making a copy. So n logging is a time complexity, and the space complexity it's a logging, because the recursion depth over, because recursing from here we can see like um, we are making the tree from top to bottom, so the depth is calculated as log n, and the copying of element is calculated as n log n. Okay, so time complexity, okay, so that as time and space complexity. Okay, no problem. So we have so the approach, if you this is the most probably of divide and conquer approach using recursion. Okay, so this is your approach if you have the multidisciplinary key idea. Now how this works uh, uh, what I was explaining it what I wanted to explain, yes, a slicing concept. See, slicing basically it's a Python concept, but how people have idea of the slicing. For example, if right is equals to array like this, array of three, so array of three, so array of three. So it takes element from index three to the end. So what is our in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, so it takes the element 3 to the end. So element 3 to the end. What? So guess I want people to guess the output. So output will be 4, 5, 6, not 3, 4, not 3, 4, 5, 6, because we are talking in terms of length. Okay, so it is from the right. These are the three elements. Okay, and similar for left. So I'm not explaining the more this not just diving to this concept of okay. And now diving to this concept of slicing and all. So first of all, in 10 minutes, I want you to write the whole code solution over here. Is it visible or not? Uh, a minute. Let me check it is visible or not. I think the code base is visible. Okay. 1 minute. If you want to take a snapshot, you can please. You're most welcome. For example, if I should add a code, okay, because it is taking a lots of time, and I do not want to be able to waste more time over here. Okay, okay. No, okay. Now, see, the code is not it's not a huge part to write down. See, this is the solution that you get in uh, 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 Geeks for Geeks. But I'm making my own solution, and you should people check that is it working or not. Syntax problem. It's because as I said, that syntax here is not a cup of it's not a part to maintain to study right now, because in interviews. Okay, so because in interviews, they mostly ask your pseudocode or the brute force approaches, then optimization part and the time complexity, how what is the understanding, what is your because see if you are using the coding downs, I'm not motivating you like that, but you can if you are cheating also and they are not able to do it, if they are not, it's a conditional clause. If they are not able to detect that part, so this is not a problem. But if they are detected, then there is a problem. But here you have to explain the whole concept mouth to mouth. So okay, so for example, I this is my base case. I wrote up my base case. So okay, so first of all, I should complete the code. This is my base case. Then again, I'm splitting up my array. Um, I'm splitting up my array. So you people should guess with me. Okay, so pause the video and guess with me that what I am going to say. Like I'm splitting from the both the right and left. The logic should be same. Okay, okay, and then array of mid of mid is right. Okay, okay. So sorry. Yes. Okay. I'm just what I'm explaining. I'm writing that same. Okay. So then I have to return. And this I use the concept of slicing and revert the function. See, you have to this now as I use the word function, the function is reverse array. So that's reverse array. So as I'm using recursion, reverse array, right and and plus and reverse array and reverse array then reverse array the left. Okay, so the our question has been completed. Everything has been done. You can take a snapshot of the code. Okay, so and you can just check up how the compilation and submit how much test cases are running. Try to use this timer also. That is a very good thing in this coding platforms. So just, as I was saying that you can take the snapshot of this whole part. Okay. I think now it will be visible. Clarity should be there right now. Okay, should be there. What I wanted to say, what my approaches were, and so I'm just wrapping up this video because it is already taking lots of time. And I did not want it that literally I was not expecting that this much of time it would have been taken. It was not prepared, it was not scripted, it was totally impromptu. I just see what is my motive to just make these videos. See, there are multiple DSA courses and placements and courses are there, but in terms of like this a free this a promotion a promotory course where you people can actually, I'm not saying you will just today you will just read this understanding these approaches and next year you're gonna crack Fango Man, but at least you should have a decent job. Okay, for example, there are companies where if you're starting from those companies, in future also you can do well because many people are not able to due to any reason, any of point of reason, due to their backlogs, due to their CGP criteria, is not able to study properly these extracurricular things. For example, DSA, because academically DSA is important, but that is a base. But you have to practice these questions. So uh, um, when you do not have so much time, so you can have this is a very good approach. uh, Take the question, understand the approaches. So in the next video we'll be meeting up with the new approach or the new solution. So thank you. If you have any doubts, any queries, please ask us in the comment section, and I will be just glad to answering you, or just mail to me. And I will be starting the description, read the description also, comment section also. Thank you so much. From my side, it has been done, so all people can leave or pause on the video.